So remember that video I made recently about how they changed the original opening of Infinity Nikki with some small differences, like where Nikki wakes up, the number of S-lings to fight, seeing the Threads of Reunion miracle outfit in action causing all the flowers to bloom, more dialogue from Ena the Curator before you meet her, the first Wimstar location changing, Dada being rescued instead of running in later, and so forth. Well, one part that didn't change was the short face-to-face interaction between Nikki and Ena. Same dialogue, same information, same ominous warning about a truth that the gods could not uncover. Now, what if I told you that there's actually a third version of that same interaction, and it is different? Here's a clip from the Infinity Nikki official story trailer that was shared across multiple YouTube channels on the release day, including the Epic Game Store channel that I downloaded this from.
What is all of this?
Go experience the world. Find your strength. Perhaps you'll find the answer to the miracles.
Let's just think of this as a graduation trip.
Just in case you missed it, I'll pop the dialogue on the screen right now for the version in the story trailer and the version that we played at the start of the game. And let's quickly go over some things that we know so far. Number 1, Nikki has been tasked with traveling to Mirrorland to revive all the miracle outfits. 2, during the Age of Divinity, divine beings, so gods, walked the land creating miracles and bringing prosperity. This is something that we learned during the Wishful Arosa quest. Number 3, after an event called the Heavenfall, the gods left the earth and the dark roamed the land unchecked. Number 4, the 8. Now the 8 are a group of 8 stylists thought to be the first ever stylists who acquired the power of whim and crafted ability outfits to take on the dark in the war against the dark, bringing 1,000 years of peace to Mirrorland. 5. In the book Chronicles of Creativity, you'll find references to the miracles of imagination alongside the 8. 6. We also know that Ena the Curator has been imprisoned for the past 1,000 years, and I don't want to make any assumptions about whether she is one of the divine beings who left the earth. 7. Miracle outfits are legendary outfits that have been passed down through the years and now their legends can continue. They even tell a story within themselves. For example, if you read the wording under each piece of the Silvergirl Aria outfit, and I mean under each piece of all 4 versions of the outfit, then you'll learn more about the tragic love story between the wishing one and the loved one. 8. Also during the Wishful Arosa quest, Nikki confirms that reviving the miracles of the past isn't enough. To create my wish, I need to feel, use my imagination, and reignite it with fresh inspiration. 9. We also know that there's an imbalance in Nikki's Heart of Infinity, causing pain, and it seems like her body is trying to reject it. Ena advises her to find her strength and suppress it, and her strength seemingly comes from, well, exploring the world and helping those who need it. I need to experience, explore, and discover the different legends and challenges in each land, are her exact words. Number 10. During the Call of Beginnings interlude quest, we meet Ena once again, who says, the miracle outfits you acquire are not of the Age of Divinity, and that's because of Nikki's personal knowledge, experiences, and emotions going into the inspiration and creation of these miracle outfits. They are uniquely hers and influenced by her journey. Number 11. Despite the dark returning prior to Nikki and Momo's arrival, the dark is retaliating to this newfound power coming to Mirrorland, and that's why it's re-emerging in the numbers that it is, as we see later in that quest. And finally, number 12, at the end of the Call of Beginnings trailer, Ena says, and I quote, "Perhaps you'll find the answer to the miracles," the exact same words as you heard in the alternate version of the first interaction released in that story trailer. It's all repeating the same things. To experience the world and find your strength, presumably for Nikki to continue being in control of her power and the Heart of Infinity, as well as obviously finding more inspiration for the next miracle outfits. And the second task is finding the answer to the miracles. Remember, the miracle outfits didn't come into existence until after the gods left, so of course the outfits aren't of the Age of Divinity, but we know they can tell the stories of the gods from that time, so they are linked in some way. I would suspect that as we're introduced to new regions and new gods, we'll be crafting more outfits that will be tied to the stories and legends of those as well. The part that I'm stuck on is the wording specifically being, perhaps you'll find the answer of the miracles. I'm torn between 2 theories, the first being that we're trying to find the truth that the divine beings were seeking back when they roamed the earth, and that their failure led to their demise, so that's how Heavenfall came about. The second being less about about the truth that the divine beings were seeking, and instead uncovering the answer to what actually went down during the War of Heavens? Or maybe it's actually all of the above, and we'll learn what the gods were looking for, what happened to them, and maybe even how to bring them back. For anyone confused about the lore and events that led up to the War Against the Dark, which is completely understandable by the way, I am working on a timeline, but I think I need a bit more information before I can summarize everything into a video. My biggest questions right now are around the Veilfall, also referred to as the Veilfall disaster, where the Dream Warehouse and Old Floral Wish Memorial Park were initially damaged. I have reason to believe that it was before the War Against the Dark, but I'm not sure how far before. I'm also inclined to believe that this might have actually been a natural disaster event, like the Stone Tree disaster that happened later on, but that's only based on the use of the word disaster, so pretty flimsy theory at best. In a similar vein though, the War of the Heavens, the War Against the Dark, the Mistveil War, and the War of the Descendants also specifically state war, so let's keep an eye on that to see if these are genuine categories of events. Maybe they'll always use disaster for natural disaster and war for, well, war. So that's it for today. As always, I would love to hear your theories. I'm working on loads more videos that I'm very excited about, and I hope you enjoy them. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an update, and I'll see you in the next one.